Hello, thanks for coming. So let's just get started, shall we? I'll warn you up front that this is my first time doing this. I've just got through training, so please be a bit patient with me if I fumble any of the stages as we go along. But the first stage, I think, is, the first stage is an initial sort of overview examination, see what I can see in your eyes and also how they respond to this fairly intense light. It may be a little bit startling, but I need to be able to see what I'm looking at. And the reactions of your eyes to this intensity of light are also important. So let's just get started, shall we? And hopefully I'll get the hang of it as I go along. So just look straight ahead. You don't need to focus on anything in particular. Just allow your eyes to sort of relax directly ahead of you. So I will try and take a look here and see what I can see. Okay, so far all textbook, which is good. It would have been a little bit more difficult if I got anything strange and unusual on my first time. But it all looks okay so far. Okay, that's good. Right, and if you've ever done one of these before, then you will know about the up and down part. So let's do that next. That's step 2. So could you look up for me, please, without moving your head? Thank you. Okay. Okay, that looks good. And could you look to your right, please? This way. Okay, and to your left now. Is that meant to be like that? I think that's fine. Okay, and look, which one have we not done? Down. Can you look down, please? Down is a bit tricky. Okay. Okay, good. Thank you. Right. Now we will do a little bit of following movement exercises. So we'll start with this finger right here. So again, keep your head still and look at the tip of my finger and just keep your eyes on it as it moves around, please. Okay. I'm going to bring the light back so I can get a better look. I'm not really meant to do this, but I'm having trouble seeing what's going on there. Don't tell anyone I brought the light back for this bit. Okay. Okay, all right. That seems fine, I think. Okay, can you... Why don't we use my torch for this next bit? I'm going to do some in and out depth perception stuff. So why don't you take a look at my torch and I'll move it in and out and we'll see how your eyes handle that. So I'll be coming quite close like this and then further away, and I'll just be going in and out and watching how your eyes adjust to that. from slightly different directions. That's a bit fast, isn't it? I'll try and go slower. Now see, that feels too slow now. I was never very good at this bit. This is the one part of the training that I didn't pass. But that's okay. They don't require you to pass every part. But you don't need to hear about that. That's not why you're here. Okay, and I'll try for sort of medium speed. How's that? Does that seem about right to you? Okay. All right, that seems okay. Why don't we try that with the light on, though? Now, this might be a little bit dazzling, but can't be helped. Okay. Okay, that looks good to me. And can you fix your eyes on the light? This bit may be a little uncomfortable, staring straight into the light, but it won't last long. And just keep track of the light as it moves around. I don't mind so much if you move your head during this part. It's really just to see how well you're detecting the movement. Let's do some circles here. They told us in training that circles are a good shape to use for this. So how about some little ones? Little circles. Okay. Okay, seems good. Okay. The next thing on the right. The next thing on the list is household objects. They like us to use everyday objects for this part to see if your eyes respond differently to things that you're used to seeing around the world every day, rather than something that you associate with being examined, like a light. So, because I've only just moved into this building, because you're my very first, I don't have any of my things here yet, so we'll have to make do with what I was able to find in the building. So, could you follow this mint sauce, please, as I move it around? Okay. Well, the good news is you don't seem to be having any difficulty following a jar of mint sauce around. But we have to do it with at least 2 different objects. So this is really embarrassing, but the only other thing that was in the kitchen was these beans. So I'll have to ask you to follow my beans, please. These beans are quite loud, aren't they? Okay. Can you keep your eyes on these beans, please? Does that seem any different than it did with the mint sauce? That's a sentence I wouldn't have expected to be saying. I really needed to be better prepared for this. Okay. Good, thank you. And if you could just not mention to anyone on your way out that I asked you to follow beans, I would appreciate it. I'll have something proper to do this with the next time. Okay, I'm going to add some light to the beans here so I can get a slightly better look at what's going on. Does this feel any different than this? Does that seem different to you? It doesn't look different. How about quite quickly like this, back and forth? How about like this? Okay. Okay, no, it all looks okay to me. So that's all good, thank you. Right, what's left on the list? Okay, we do one more final sort of overview to see your eyes cooling down, as it were, how they return to normal after this kind of activity. So I'll just have another quick look around your eye area. So this time, could you focus a bit more though? Look at me, but pick a spot to focus on. Or you could focus on something else in the room if you'd rather not fix your eyes on my face. It can feel a little bit awkward, I know. But just pick something, one point, and just have a look at that. If you're looking at me, if I move, you can move your gaze with me. That's okay. I think that's all right. Okay. And once again, we're going to do directions. So can you look to your left, please? Okay, and to your right. And then up. And finally down. And then back at me again. We'll do some more circles to finish off here. Okay, I'm sure that's fine. It's probably nothing. Okay, good. That all seems okay to me. So thank you for bearing with me during my my first attempt at this. Thanks for coming in. It all looks perfectly fine to me. So just come back for your usual appointment the next time, and maybe I'll have had a little bit more practice by then. So hopefully I'll see you then.